Do you want to grow your AuthorTube channel? I know you do. So here I have a few tips to share for small AuthorTubers. Hello there humans, I'm Cecil Bruno, the partially blind alien from a distant galaxy who is an Own Voices author. This video is the third in a series on building and growing your AuthorTube channel, and as you will see in my first video, I had a script. Well, guess what? Forget about the script, not anymore. This video is going to be a little bit longer, so stay tuned and learn some things that I've been doing along the way. Anyway, I know that a lot of you are new, and some of you are not so new, but you have been here for a while, and you want to grow that AuthorTube channel because, you know, it's a good way to be noticed and to get your books out there somehow. But like the rest of your social media, I would suppose. But yeah, long gone are the days of uploading a vlog or like a writing advice video. When you're small and the community of small AuthorTubers is bigger than ever before, so we've got competition. Unless you are already established, like, let's say, I don't know, the Shadiversity and the Green Brothers and, like, I don't know, Jean-Michel Gaultier with amazing sci-fi videos. That guy with the writing advice, the terrible, terrible writing advice. The other, Vivian Reyes with actual writing advice. Jenna Moresi, who's great at marketing herself and her books. Alexa Dawn with the real deal of the traditional publishing world. I mean, I could go on. There are many established names, but I'm not saying this to discourage you. On the contrary, we need you and your unique take on writing here. But there are other ways that you can, you know, get noticed. First, you have to get noticed. So how is it that I'm going to tell you what to do? I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to share a few things. Number one, and I'm sorry this is going to come across as harsh. I don't mean to be harsh, but this is the first thing that we have to put into perspective when we start all this social media thing. Get rid of your entitlement, please. Yes, you've worked so hard in your books and in your videos. You have edited for hours. You want this to be the very best. I know, I understand. Because guess what? We're all doing it. I do it too, and everyone else. Some of us have a job. Some don't have a job, but they're still dealing with college and homework, and that, you know how that time-consuming is. Some don't have college or work, but they have a family and they have kids to attend. They have a partner, they could have a big family. Some of us are disabled, and that makes everything a little bit slower. Some have medical appointments, chronic conditions, you know, like chronic illnesses. Some of us are doing it all at once. I'm dying. But that doesn't mean that we matter more than someone else. And this is not about you alone. This is a community. So, like, don't just tell your viewers that you value them. Sure you do. You tell them in the video. Like, I do that all the time. I appreciate that you're here, and I don't want to take all the time that you have rambling. So what I mean by this is don't just tell them. Engage in the comments. If they take the time to leave you a comment, please take the time to reply. I'm sure many of us are doing that already, but this is like for a completely new AuthorTuber who's planning to start. This is also for you. So there is a big, real engagement factor in this community. If someone leaves you a comment, please reply. And many of us, not all, but many of us have our own channels. So maybe you could, I know a fellow author who's very busy, and this is why they do it this way, but they separate a day of the week and they go through their favorite AuthorTubers, because, I mean, they don't have the time to do it every day all the time, but they separate a time and they go and leave comments and reply to comments and share and engage. So nobody owes you likes and views. Like, you show them that you are here and this is a party and you're a part of it. A big living example of that, I would say, is Mr. Robert Jones, aka the StoryDTechtive. I know that I have given like a lot of shout outs to this channel, but this man, I mean, he has been working in the industry with a lot of creative people for how many years now? I don't remember, but like many years. Like, he is not a new fish in this game. And still, he's there. He's leaving comments everywhere. He replies, he engages, he leaves comments with value. It's like, he's totally not entitled. And so I think he is like the best example. Please go and check out his channel. I'm going to be leaving names. I'm going to be dropping names like crazy on this video. So stay tuned. I maybe name you. I might. Because for every tip, or almost every tip, I have examples of people who are just taking that and taking it to the next level, maybe, or someone like StoryDTechtive. So tip number 2, this may be the exception for the shoutouts in that regard, but tip number 2 would be a little bit of a time investment. So if you haven't started your AuthorTube channel, or you started it but you are good at time management, unlike this alien here, I recommend you to invest a little bit of time and go and study those big YouTube channels that tell you all the behind the scenes information on the YouTube platform. If you learn the back end of the platform, and if you learn all the optimizations that you have to do for your videos, you're gonna be a big step ahead. So you learn all the things that you have to learn about YouTube, you stay up to date, you go to that Creators Academy thing, you learn all that you can, and then you start your AuthorTube channel, you're going to be a step ahead, I'm pretty sure. Here, I don't have a name for AuthorTubers that are doing it. I think most of us that are already into this game are already doing that. I know, for example, the adorable author A.S. Howell has a knowledge on the thing. I know, for example, Cassie Beebe is very good at using TubeBuddy, so she knows how to use that platform. I personally follow other not AuthorTubers, but like YouTube creators. Like Dean Eman is my favorite because he is a mobile content creator, so I have learned a lot from Dean Eman and his brother Nick, although Nick is not about mobile content creator, but he's more like all the insight on YouTube. Or I don't know, who else? Sonny Leonard Dudesy and Vanessa Lau and Brian G. Johnson. I could be dropping names the whole day, but I'm just dropping the names, and I'm gonna link those channels below, so you don't have to like run around YouTube trying to guess who might give useful tips. I already know a few, and I'm gonna link them below for you to go and check them out, as well as the AuthorTubers that I'm gonna be naming here. So there's gonna be a ton of links. Please don't feel overwhelmed. You pick the ones that resonate with you somehow. I don't know. Tip number 3 would be study. So this is linked to the previous one. Study, but don't copy. What do I mean by study, don't copy? You're going to see a lot of content on this platform. A lot. Like there's a ton of videos uploaded every minute. So the moment I upload my video, there are like 100,000 other people uploading a video at the same time that I'm uploading mine. It's mind-boggling. So there's a lot of content. Please take your time and take it easy. Separate a day of the week to invest on all this. But study them, but do not copy them. You have to be yourself. I mean, look at my channel setup. I have been like the rebel of the rebels. Don't stand against the window because that doesn't look good. Hello. I've always been a rebel. But like, be yourself. That's what I'm trying to tell you with this. Just be you. And for example, someone who's being herself while at the same time kind of like emulating or like trying to emulate. I think the best example of study, don't copy is Mrs. Kate Kavanagh. Kate Kavanagh has her video series on. I tried writing like insert famous author here. So it's like I tried writing like J.K. Rowling for a day. I tried writing like Stephen King for a day or two, for 2 days I don't remember. But Kate Kavanagh had that series, and I think that series is like the best embodiment of study, don't copy. So she is writing her own novel, her own thing, but she is trying to use the process of famous authors and see what from those processes she could incorporate in her own writing process to make it evolve or whatever. Before I go on a rambling about Kate Kavanagh, it is a good way of learning from the big guys while still keeping your own essence and your own style in your videos. Tip number 4. I have seen a few people doing this, so I have a few names that I'm going to repeat, but talk about books. How is it that you are an author and you're not talking about your favorite books? Now, I have to be very clear with this tip because I know that BookTube is already huge. And how is it that you as an author tuber who is tiny and small talking about book is going to give you any nothing? Well, first of all, don't do it for the market. There are very popular books. I'm going to bring a little story here. I was curious because a lot of people have been talking about this. And I was like, okay, before I start blabbering without reading, I'm going to give this author a chance and I'm going to read it. But I already know, because #Dal is clairvoyant. Okay, I'm kidding. But I already knew that I was not the target audience for that book. I just wanted to give it a chance just to say I read it, and unfortunately in my case, I fell asleep. So Mrs. Sarah J. Maas is super popular thanks to BookTube. I have seen other authors, not necessarily author tubers, but authors that blow up because of BookTube and people talking about books. And you think, okay, I'm going to read Sarah J. Maas and I'm going to make a review and I'm going to rant about how crappy her books are. No, please don't do that. Please don't. I was reading her book, but I was not in the nearest thought planning to review her books. And I wasn't even planning to mention her on this video. I'm sorry. But it is a good example of what I am trying to say here. Don't go and grab a popular book that you're going to read and then you're going to make a review and your video is going to go viral because you want to be recognized as an author. No, don't, please. It doesn't work like that. You're only going to be inauthentic and your audience is going to be questioning yourself. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So you have your favorite books already, I suppose. You sure have. You have favorite books, your childhood books, your favorite books in the genre that you read the most, or your favorite genres. You can make a series about your favorite books in each genre that you like reading. You could review author-tuber books that you like because you already have an insight in the book, because if you have watched that author-tuber throughout her videos and you know a little bit about the book, hello, and you have insight and you think the book is interesting, you can pick up the book whenever it's published. Mine is not published, so don't worry, I'm not giving any self-promotion here. I can give an example of a fellow author tuber that her book, because of someone else talking about her book, I got so intrigued that I want to read it, and that's Jillian Maria. I still don't have the time to pick up that book, but whenever I get the time to finally sit and read that book, believe me, I'm going to do that. And why? Because I saw another author tuber's book review about her book, The Songbird's Refrain. So that's what I'm trying to say here. Find your favorite books, review them, talk about your favorite genres, talk about tropes, all those things. But don't try to just talk about a popular book because it's popular. Because guess what? There are a ton of videos talking about that book already, so yours has to be a really good one for it to go viral. Tip number 5, collaboration. This one never dies. This is one of my favorites, actually. I am always looking for collaborations with fellow authors. So if you are an author tuber and you think that I could collaborate with you, leave me a comment or find me in my social media. I am super easy to find, so come at me with your idea for collaboration. I already reached to a fellow author tuber and we are planning on a very cool collaboration coming soon. I have been trying not to spoil this the whole time, so I'm gonna keep it quiet. But collaboration is something that's never gonna die. Now please, the big guys know what you're doing. If you're going to send a message to Alexa Dawn to collaborate with Alexa, well, it has to be something that she also wants to make a video about, because otherwise she's gonna be like, who are you? Like, what you want? Who are you? They already know what you're trying to do, so try to find someone similar with your subscriber count. I mean, subscriber counts can go up and down, it can change, but try to find someone like around your circle, or with a similar topic, please make it as genuine as you can. Like whenever I reached out to that specific person that I'm going to collaborate with, it was with very good reasons. You will find out later. Don't spoil it now. Don't spoil it. Tip number 6. Yeah, tip number 6. Yeah, there you can see it. Sharing on social media. What? You're going to tell me, but I am already doing that. This is about social media engagement in a more unique way and not just spamming your videos like, I have a new video, I have a new video. Yeah, sure, do that, please do. You need to do that. Don't be like me, I forget to do that specifically, but you can do other things. You are writing a book about, I don't know what. What are you writing about? Let me know in the comments now that I think about it. But let's say I'm going to use my own thing as an example because that's the one I can talk about the best. I have a tendency to write about Iceland and characters in Iceland. What did I do? I went on Facebook and I found a few groups about Iceland Q&A, and learn about Iceland and real Iceland, whatever. And I went in there, and at the beginning, also I went in with my pen name profile. If you have a pen name, you have to go there with your pen name, and please announce to everybody that you're a writer, and you might be asking random questions because you are a writer and it's for your story, so people understand that if you ask about murder stuff or like very creepy stuff, it's because you are a writer and not a psycho. Anyway, I had to do that, for example. I definitely had to do that. Anyway, don't spoil it. So if you're writing about characters from another part of the world, that's an option. You can enter a language learning group. You can enter groups about traveling to a country, and you can do what I just said. There's another option, you guys like movies, right? You can enter those Facebook groups about movies. You can join into music, your favorite bands. Do you have a favorite band? That's another option. I am a huge Nightwish fan, and I joined the Nightwish fans community, and I have met fellow writers in there, not promoting our books, but we just happen to include Nightwish or something about Nightwish is inspiring our work, and I don't know. I mean, I named a band. So in the second book in my trilogy, I named the band Yötöive. No, wait, I'm mispronouncing Yötoive. Yeah, that's the real pronunciation. Sorry, my Finnish is very rusty. Sorry, anteeksi. Anyway, I named the band Yötoive because that's Nightwish, but in Finnish. So it's like an analog of Nightwish in the future. And I mentioned that in a comment, and then someone else was like, Ryder, hey! And yeah. People will notice, and there are other fellow authors hanging around with their other fans of their favorite bands. One band that I like a lot, and I joined, and I am very active in that group whenever I have the time, is of course, wait for it, it's of course Hatari, and I have met amazing Hatarar, the Hatari fans, and we have become friends. They don't know my real name yet, they know me as the author, but okay, it's okay. I have been clear that I don't want to reveal my identity, and that's fine. But yeah, I have tried to find ways that it's not just about writing. Try to find people that have nothing to do with writing and be friends with them. This is how people start to notice you. If you are genuine and you really established a friendship, an online friendship, a connection with these people, and you genuinely love the band and the movie and the place and the culture and the language or whatever it is that you're joining that group for, people are going to eventually notice. And if they like you, your way, the how you go about yourself in those groups, they're going to come to you eventually, hopefully. I mean, this is not granted, but it's something that you definitely can do, and it's a better way to use social media as a creator. And just find the linking spaces between writing and all your other interests and hobbies. Believe me, people will notice at some point. Tip number 7, live streams. I am a small AuthorTuber, so I cannot stream from my mobile, or I could, but I don't have the knowledge. I recently learned about an app, but I have not used it yet. Anyway, I don't know what to do with live streaming yet, but I know how useful it is. When you are live streaming, whatever your title is for that video, if you're streaming, your live video is going to be on top of the search results. Also, it's going to be on top of your subscriptions, because in the subscription feed, because you are live and it's important and people will join. Also, people will get a notification that you are live. So the visibility with live streaming is amazing. This is why many AuthorTubers that are already here for a while have even scheduled. There's a schedule spreadsheet going around. Please check Caro Brown for that. She has a spreadsheet, and there's some other places where they have posted it, so please check it out. Also, so Caro, I know about them because I know that they have each of them has one writing every day of the week. So Dana Gowlin and SD Hages, Caro Brown, Tamara Woods, and Sarah Sharon Weber, each of them have a live stream around. It's in the mornings in the US. It is evening when I'm here. Here in Europe, it's like around 7 in the evening, 8 in the evening sometimes. So it's like noon or noonish. You can ask Caro Brown or Tamara Woods or SD Hages, Dana Gowling, Sarah Shawn Weber. Sarah has it a little bit later on in the evening, like around midnight here, or 2 a.m. sometimes. There are also the siblings Kevlandia and Laura Wrights every Thursday. They alternate one Thursday on each channel, and so they have their Thursdays live streams. Those are in the evening as well, but a little later on. So there are so many options, and you can use that time to do your own writing during the sprints, and you will get some writing done while interacting with the rest of the community. So that's a win-win for everybody. And I already dropped many names that are great at doing this thing. There are more though. There are more. I think D.L. Stewart, Aphrodite Lee, D.L. Tillery. I could go on. So there are plenty of live stream even on Saturdays. The one I remember the most on Saturdays is Misha Garrick. So check her out as well. So many links I have to drop down. Anyway, live streams. You can stream. If you don't want to start your own streaming because like me, you can ask them to join on camera. You don't be shy. I have done it. I joined with my avatar. I don't have to show my face. So there are many ways that you can go about a live stream. That's what I'm trying to say without rambling too much. Tip number 8, interactive calls to action. Because, subscribe and like and comment. Yeah, do it. There's no problem on doing that. I do it all the time. Leave a comment, subscribe, consider subscribing, sure. But you have to give them a reason. I have been saying in this video alone, leave a comment, let me know what you're writing about. Leave a comment for how are you doing your thing to grow your channel. Ask them a question, genuinely be interested so your audience has something to comment. And this is the way that people will engage more with your videos. If you are engaging, if your channel is interactive, and if you have interactive calls to action, people will respond. Not everybody, it's not granted, but they will respond. Subscribe because I'm going to be sharing tips for whatever. Subscribe because I'm fun and I have a cool editing video style. Subscribe because, because I make crazy vlogs with hedgehogs. Hello, Imogen. She's a booktuber. I think she's also a writer. I'm not sure, but she's a booktuber. And yeah, and she has hedgehogs. She got me at hedgehogs. So yeah, and just be more interactive with your videos. Make your videos an experience and something that people can, be themselves in the comment section. This is a party. The comment section is the real party of the video. People are listening to you in the background and they are already commenting, aren't you? I do that all the time. Number 9, and this is going to be a funny one coming on this video because tip number 9 is shoutouts. And boy, have I dropped names like crazy on this video alone. But I am not that good. I am doing it in whenever I have the chance. Whenever I have an opportunity to shout out a name, I will definitely do that. But someone who is even more masterful at this, I think someone who I owe this person the growth of my channel in part. I started to be noticed thanks to this person. So yes, the one and only Sarah Shanweber. I know you don't like being praised, but she has a new AuthorTubers. She has the New Tubers series every other Wednesday. And she has the kindness to go on about the YouTube search, and she finds the smallest and tiniest AuthorTubers and she gives them a shout out with links to their channels in the description. And she tells you what they are writing, if she knows. It's like, okay, this person, and they are writing about sci-fi. This person, they are writing fantasy. And it's a whole video about new tubers. And there you can find more people to follow, or more people in the same genre if you want to meet other people that also write in the same genre as you. So thank you very much, Sarah. I'm taking the space to just say thank you, because it is in part thanks to you that I am where I am right now. And tip number 10, stay creative. Don't be afraid to experiment with your content. With this, I'm not saying that you're going to become a variety channel. I don't really recommend this yet because you are small. Or if you don't care, you can do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm only sharing tips. But don't be afraid of experimenting with your video format, with your video formula, because every video has a formula and like a structure, and you can experiment with that. Or you can do some other things. You can do screen recordings if you don't do that. You can throw in a poem. If you, oh guys, hey, I wrote a poem, and you wrote a poem and you make a poetry video. I don't know. You do be yourself. The best example, and someone who is much better at that than me, because boy, have I to improve. It's harder because I don't want to show my face, so I am a little bit more limited with what I can and cannot do with my branding. But that's on me. Someone who has been really awesome, and I love her channel and I love everything that she's doing so far, because it's, my goodness, she's like a well of creativity. It's Savvy Laser at Savvy Books. I'm going to link your channel as well. Savvy, you are so awesome. Like, again, I don't have words. She has not only videos about writing, but she also cooked in a video. She was baking some cupcakes for the Forever Home Friends series, because she also has a dog rescue shelter thing that she does. You know, there's like a dog rescue service thing that she's doing, and she has a series of books about that too. Like, and then she was doing this speed painting things on her screen recording. Savvy, you are beyond amazing. Everybody should check her out. So just be like Savvy. Don't be afraid to bring in your, I don't know, other skills. Bring it. I know you have some other skills. You can do a video about writing and gardening. I don't know, make a story about your plants or something involving your garden while you show us your garden. I don't know. I'm just rambling now, but I'm just trying to give you ideas of things that you could do. If you have a collection of sparkling hats, or if you are a drag queen and you have stories with your characters because you write about drags, then, you know, show yourself as a drag character. I don't know, be creative, bring it on. I am all for it, and I will make the time to watch it. So these are the tips, the 10 tips that I have for you now. I know this all sounds overwhelming. Like, Dal, how am I going to do all of this and write my book? No. Don't do all of this at once. I'm just giving you ideas, and you can go about it the way that it best fits you. You have your own schedule, your own life, your own obligations and needs. I don't know. You find a way to implement just a little bit of each whenever you have the time for each and every one of those. Keep your videos creative, keep being yourself, keep your content genuine, and people are going to notice. It takes time though, so please don't rush. Don't think that if you implement all of this the next week, everyone is going to notice you. There's a thing, the YouTube algorithms and their updates and their crazy stuff, it's not your fault. So just keep all those things in mind, do what you can, do it at the time that you can, and you'll see, eventually we will, not just you, we will all grow, we will all become a community. And in a quick response to Miss Brooke Passmore, AuthorTube is definitely not dying, Brooke. We are growing. It's just a time of changes. And of course, time of changes are a little bit abrupt. So I understand that you are wondering, is AuthorTube dying? No, it's not dying. Some people have found out other priorities in life. Some people are going to upload a little bit less. Some people are new and are learning the game. And so, yeah, the community is changing, but definitely not dying. It's more active than ever. And speaking of shoutouts, the next video in this series is going to be the paid forward tag. So stay tuned, because I upload 1 tag per month. So that's how I'm going to end it. So stay tuned, and like I said, please consider subscribing, and don't forget, ring the bell for future notifications. You like this bell, don't you? Ring the bell. Yeah, you know you want to ring the bell. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.